In this video, I'll go over the 3 chatting mistakes that will lose you a ton of money if you don't implement them. Let's get right into it. So, first things first, treat every fan like the only fan on your OnlyFans. Your chatters have to pretend as if each fan is the only fan on the account, and this involves treating every fan as a potential big spender. And what I mean by this is, your goal is to make the fan fall in love with you. And by adopting this mindset, you're far more likely to turn fans into loyal big spenders rather than just having them unsubscribe the next month and you don't earn any more revenue from them. Now, how do you handle objections? Because it's very normal for fans to bring up objections, and chatters will often fall back on the same repetitive responses like creating unnecessary drama. Am I not important to you? Don't you like me? Don't you want to see me, baby? Come on, baby, please unlock the message. Come on. They always try to make them feel bad. And this usually only works if the sub is if they like being dominated. We've had cases in the past where we would act like this and then the sub would give us hundreds of dollars. But for most people, unless they are really submissive, that's not going to work on most fans. Now, this is what everyone else does, but it's a very flawed mentality and it will not bring you closer to your goal of milking your fans, unless it's in the case which I described in. Now, how do you fix the issue? So, when they raise the objection, you shift the conversation away from the money aspect. It shouldn't be your main focus. Instead, focus on providing a positive customer experience and try to create and invoke positive emotions in them. Now, let's expand on that. So you have to handle objections with positivity. If a fan doesn't want to buy something, it is likely a motivation problem. Ask yourself, how can I motivate them? How can I address their concerns? Try to understand them. And then you motivate your fan with positivity, such as telling him, like, this is really important for me. It would really mean a lot for me if you bought this. And this shows the fan that you are not like other girls who just focus on the money. And you actually treat him like a person instead of just a money bank, Next up, post-nut clarity and taking responsibility. Now, aftercare. It is crucial to ensuring that fans feel good about their purchases and remain loyal. So let's talk about how to handle the post-purchase phase. So after a fan buys something, you should make sure he does not regret his purchase, because post-nut clarity can be avoided by making him feel good after the interaction. You have to make a connection in their brain that they know, hey, when I do this, when I give this chick money, I feel good. So you have to make sure he knows that what just happened was cool and enjoyable. And by making fans feel appreciated and valued, you can then turn one-time spenders into long-term spenders that will give you thousands of dollars in a span of a couple of months, maybe in a couple of weeks if you're a really good chatter. And keep in mind, if a fan stopped paying for your OF, don't just brush it off and say, yeah, screw that guy, I don't need him anymore. You should always analyze your mistakes. Always analyze your mistakes and think about what you could have done better. If you try to run a chatting script on multiple subs and it usually fails at the same stage or step, analyze why it's happening. Because it's much easier to say, yeah, these chatters are stupid as fuck, man, instead of actually taking responsibility and training them yourself and analyzing where they make mistakes and then pointing those mistakes out. So you have to do better because it's always your fault. You have to analyze where the chatting process goes wrong and fix it. Talk to your chatters to fix the issue and train them properly so they can keep the fans engaged and provoke positive emotions in the fans. And lastly, you have to stop faking over-the-top sexuality. Avoid pretending to be overly sexual, like guys know girls aren't horny 24/7, like at every time of the day. This approach lacks authenticity and won't set you apart from the competition. Instead, you should focus on being genuine and unique and have some personality to you. Stay away from the spammy messages. Spammy messages are really bad, like immediately calling fans daddy as soon as they subscribe. It's a great way to stop them from spending any money because every other girl they subbed to gave them the same response. So you want to build real and genuine connections. You want to let fans see that you are a real person who genuinely wants to connect with them and get to know them. You should start with sincere conversations and only steer to more sexual topics if the fan is receptive. And this method creates more authentic interactions and can significantly boost your earnings and build an emotional connection for the long term instead of just trying to milk the fan as soon as he subs. So stop relying on general pet names like daddy and just mass messaging everyone and make your interactions feel scripted and insincere. Instead, you should concentrate on creating real connections and gradually steering conversations towards more intimate topics. And lastly, the conclusion. You should take a moment to reflect on the strategies we just covered. You should consider whether you're truly implementing them or if there is room for improvement and room to enhance your approach with chatting. So by doing this, you'll be more likely to cultivate more big spenders on your account. And also, if you find this content valuable and want more of it, make sure to join my OFM Telegram channel where I share more valuable information. That is all. I'll see you in the next video.